Alright, then this one is from Shars. 45-degree face mill, 90-degree face mill. That must be the arbor. Yeah, and it should be two arbors of the same, because since I got two. Now, I'm expecting, I ordered them such that I'm fully expecting, this is 3/4 inch. I know it doesn't really have the recess here, but when you look at how the R8 collet fits up in the Tormach, I'm pretty sure the nose stands proud of the collet because of the way they have the collet ground off flat. So with that being the case, I got to double check that. I might have to come in here and turn a recess in here, but then I'm expecting to cut this off and cut a chamfer on it, and then that way I can leave them connected and basically turn this into a TTS. Now granted, it won't work with the tool holder because there's no place for it to grab in here, but that I'm fine with that. So the other one should be the same. And I thought I had another box around here from Shars too. Oh, maybe the other one I was thinking of was the kingpins. Ooh, 5 flutes, and I ordered this basically just on size, 2 inches. And then I was reading about how where John NYC CNC, he was looking at that hog, shear hog, and they were talking about how using just 1 flute because of the lower power. So I guess we will find out how well this works with the power on the Pro. And basically what I did was I ordered one in 90 so that I could cut right up to the shoulder and get a square cut there. And then I got a 45, and I think they say the 45 can rip the metal off a little faster, something like that. It's just 4 flutes. And I think part of the reason why I made the choices on the number of flutes was based simply on the fact of what would fit the same arbor. Because they were limited by the 3/4 inch shaft. So did get in the inserts. So, and it looks like this. So when it's mounted, it's got a nice aggressive, look at that rake to it. So I got the 2 heads I got this one with a 45 for doing like face and stuff like that, and then I got this one with a 90 so that way I can do up against an edge. So we'll see whether the Novacon has enough oomph to turn 5 cutters at the same time. In aluminum, I'm sure it'll do it no problem, and you can see I got these pretty polished ones. Oh, and that is a these are the steel version of the other ones. They're both carbide, but one's polished to be sharp and work with soft metals like aluminum and stuff, and then this one's for steel. So let's see, I showed that one. Then these are the nice pretty ones and polished and everything like that for the aluminum. All right, so I'm not exactly sure what I want to load up first. I know I'm going to have some use on steel, and the thing is too is that by using the 3/4 inch shank pseudo TTS kind of thing, I'll be able to use this in the manual mill, which will make it nice because some of the stuff where I work on the brakes, it's going to be really tricky to get in there and do the facing on the tabs and stuff like that I usually do. So on the CNC, it'll be hard to get in there and do that on the CNC. So we will see. I'll probably load them up with steel inserts to start with. Go big or go home, huh? We'll see. So I'm going to go ahead and set up the Superfly cutter with an aluminum one. That way I've got something cool to do aluminum with. And I don't remember ever seeing anybody use one of these. It's basically one of those 6-in-1 screwdrivers, but with Torx bits. I decided I was getting a little tired of dealing with these things. You know, you try to flip them, there's not enough there to, you know, to keep turning them. There's more than enough anti-seize in here for this one. Oh, that's awesome! It's got a little squeeze tip. That's too cool. There we go. Oh wow! Look at that. That wants to just come right out of there. Alright, that's seated down nicely, and I noticed when putting the cutters in the other ones, it really takes quite a bit to seat them, because they wedge up against the edge, because, you know, the bolt is in just a little bit, so it pulls it in real tight, and it definitely pulled them in tight. So as long as I have the anti-seize out, I didn't put anti-seize in these. But when the other one had anti-seize on the bolts already. So, and I found that if I made a point to make sure the inside, you know, where it's tightening down to, if I make sure that goes in and touches first, it was a whole lot easier to pull them in. I had one where it was out a little bit and I tried pushing it in, and it took a lot more to wrestle that one in. So I will be buying 2 more heads, depending on how I like these. If I like them and they work the way I want them to, and how I think they will, then I will. I'll buy 2 more and I'll load them up with the other inserts. There we go. Just needed a nice sharp wrap. Boy, and that's kind of tight and dry, so I'll definitely be putting some anti-seize on that. Okay, put it on there and tighten it down. So what I need to do is I'm going to take an abrasive cutoff wheel and cut this down, and then I'm going to see if maybe I can turn it in the lathe a little bit to get the taper back on it. Okay, so as a measurement, I just need a reference here. This is 1.375, yeah. Looks like 1 3/8 inches. So the bimetal blade in the bandsaw, that's all it did. I got 1,001 things to do, and this isn't any kind of priority, so that's obviously why I'm doing it, huh? At least it dawned on me before I cut all the way through to grab the dang thing before it dropped. All right, you know, I've talked a couple of times about the belts taking a set, okay, which is why I like using the link belts, but I did not use link belts on here. That's what I'm talking about, the set. The belt has got a set into that oval around the pulley, and that's how much it doesn't like it. So once you get past it, you're okay, but it's still there. See that? Anyway, that's a huge advantage for link belts. Not bad. Keyed, so I'm not worried about it slipping, but I just want to put some kind of little film in there to keep it from locking together or seizing up. This one already looks like it's got some oil on it, but let's put some anti-seize in there too. Well, let's call that good for now, until I get the mill fired up, and then I can open and close the collet and see, make sure it works okay. You know, I started cutting at a 45-degree angle because that's what I had set on the lathe, and then I went back and did it at the 30 that this is set at. So